He goes on further to say about his mother that in Ramadan, every three days she would do a khatam. So 10 juz a day, her mother. And outside of Ramadan, even when she got old, she would do one manzil. So every 7 days she would do a khatam. So it's something very interesting. I don't know. Sometimes we have a nostalgia about the past. But maybe it was in the past, but instead of doing, so for example, the point is, a lot of older people now, it's like, they just waste a lot of time on, obviously they don't do sins on the phone. The evil ones will probably do as well. You got good and evil in all ages. But it's like, okay, they spend time doing things which are like not mufid. It's like, okay, like 20 videos about Gaza and Israel, 20 videos about something about Moody or Gujarat or something, and it's like fake news, real news, same thing over and over again. Now, would these people have, when they were old, had they understood their, they didn't have this, but that time would be spent, something the old daddy mazis and all have tasbih in their hand, they'd be like, how many thousand times they read Shayf a day, istighfar a day, they read Quran, they have this stuff. Now, is sometimes like the older elder men as well sometimes. So in retirement age, we're pious people, but have done actions which are ibadat. Now they're just doing things which are not sins, but just like mubahat. So many things it's permissible, it's not haram. But it's like the best use of our time. And again, it's very interesting. So even us younger people, they have the same thing as well. I was just watching yesterday, I was reading yesterday, there's a book called, it's called Digital Minimalism. So in there, he's saying the same thing, that you can watch 2 hours of shorts and you find 10 good things. But put a price tag on that, those 10 good things. Or those 10 good useful videos that you found, or 20 useful videos that you found, or 30 useful shorts that you found, was it worth 2 hours of your life? So you can find good in everything. I'm not talking about the sinful part, but even the useful part. Was it worth, so you have to put a price on that into that amount of time. So for example, in shorts and TikTok, the dangerous thing is you don't even know what you're watching. Because you just think what comes up next. It's like you have no idea. And inshallah, I'll go through that book later on. But then he's saying that, psychology behind the slot machines, where you have this expectation of you don't know what's going to come. So that ambiguity, which you get rewarded at certain intervals, it just keeps you going. So that the dopamine and the expectation, the whole way psychology works. When you have a machine, so you win enough, or you get so close to winning, you feel I can do it next time. So on TikTok, you have that. You might get a lot of garbage in between TikTok shorts. So you're getting something, but every once in a while, every 4 or 5, you get a good one. It's really useful. So that expectation was coming next. It has a similar philosophy in terms of sucking you in. So, and also very interesting as well, he mentions that one person used to work for Google. I'm not sure if he's the one that said this, but he was a whistleblower, meaning he's just saying that these things are meant to suck you in. Because the more time you spend on these devices, the more open you are to advertising. More advertising they get, the more money they get. So it's not, and then I think either the author, Carl Newport, his name, he said that we shouldn't be surprised if somebody becomes addicted to a phone or a device, because that's a default. They're constructed to make you addicted. So if you become addicted to a device, whoever you are, there's no ta'ajjub, there's no amazement, there's no why is my child addicted? So if you've got a child who's just you give a child a device, and that child is on the device, without this thing in his eyes, what do you expect? It was meant for that. So there's no ta'ajjub in that. The actual ta'ajjub is why they give him that device, or having unrestricted use of the device. So the devices are constructed, the device is for example, he was saying that before, Facebook was a website. So before, it's like, okay, you go on the website and you come off. Next week or next couple of days, let's see anything else happen. So you're going to check the website. Then they started sending alerts. And initially the Facebook is in blue, isn't it? Blue, light blue, dark blue. So the alerts were also matching the same color. So blue alerts was like a blue icon. But that wasn't as triggering, so then they changed it to red. So if you look on all our devices, the alerts are all in red, because red is more. So when they had blue, the amount of people who tick on that blue, it wasn't that much. Now when they change the alert, you got a notification. That now the amount of people who check those alerts multiplied hundreds of %. So this whole thing, all the thing, the whole system is set in there. So whether it's WhatsApp, whether it's social media, and again, Meta's about WhatsApp. So again, advertising and data, all of these things. So these devices are just meant to suck us in. It's meant to suck us in. So there's no ta'ajjub in us being sucked in. The ta'ajjub is those who are able to safeguard themselves. So again, device a part of our life. We have to try to like put things in place. I'll go do a review of that book inshallah later on as well. So nonetheless, he's saying that his mother in Ramadan we would do khatam every 3 days, and she would do her thing every 7 days. So my thing is that with these devices, like I assume that people who are good, I know my teacher, he was mentioning that people, again, it's permissible. Like we listen to Ramadan radio, you listen to like bayans and lectures. So you come from a ibadah to a mubah. So it's not wrong, but it's darar, isn't it, nonetheless? So if somebody comes from, so if you look at it this way, it's not my own statement. If you come from a haram to a mubah, you don't taraqi. And if you come from a ibadah to a mubah, you've dropped down. Are you funny? So for example, some people have like a okay, Friday night, keep the kids off the streets. So those kids who are on the streets, if they go to these programs, it's good. A Friday night they play PlayStation and Xbox and they have pool tables and all that. For them, you've saved them from a ihtimal of haram to a mubah, which is good. But then you have certain kids like, okay, you're gonna certain kids who are gonna go to sleep, go Saturday morning, go his class and do all that kind of stuff, who would have read or something. They've not got enough from a ibadah to a mubah, or not a ibadah itself, but what that energy would have been saving going to, they expose themselves to different friends. So it may be dar for them. So this is interesting.